Hi and welcome to my channel. And this video is going to be a walkthrough tutorial on the Rainbow Nautilus by Mefferts. And this is a really nice puzzle. I really like it in my collection. And so let's see. So basically, first you have to understand what this puzzle is. And it's kind of like a very bandaged version of a square one. So normally bandaged puzzles are more difficult to solve than the regular ones. In this case, I would say this is possibly even easier to solve than the square one, at least as far as the solves I've done thus far. I don't really need any algorithms. It's pretty much all intuitive. In the end, you could get two situations where you may need two very simple square one algorithms, which I'm going to show. But otherwise, it's pretty much a straightforward kind of solve. Not extremely difficult in my opinion. When I got it, the package said it was like a level 8, and I would disagree with that. It's definitely not that difficult, but it's still a very fun puzzle, a very good quality. Okay, so this middle layer right here only turns on a single axis. As you can see, it splits where this green and the red is, and over here where this orange and the blue is. And like when it's fully solved, like the middle layer is solved, then you have to kind of look for where that slit is, because these other pieces where the other colors connect, they're actually like molded together, so you can't split it there. So that's number one. Number two is, as far as the layers, the top and bottom, you have to look for where it's possible to turn. Sometimes you have the pieces in such a way where you could only turn it on a single axis, and in other cases you could turn it on two axes. So for instance, if we look at this layer right here, this one right now we could only actually turn on a single axis. And so let me demonstrate that. First, I'm gonna line that up with the middle layer where it's gonna be possible to turn. So okay, so you see this axis, like you have the two big pieces here and all the little ones here. So on this one, we could turn it like that, 180 degrees. And any other way you position it, you're not gonna be able to turn it, because you can see like this, it's bandaged here, it's bandaged, and here it almost looks like it should split it there, but it's slightly off, so it's bandaged as well. So here you only have one turn. You could either turn it this way, or you could like do a 180 turn, and then you could turn these out like that. Now looking at the other side, here we actually currently have two turning points of so we could turn it like this, as I just showed, and obviously if you turn it 180, you could turn it as well. But we also have another possible turn. If you look closely, you can see we turn it in like this, and we also have the possibility to turn. And so bearing that in mind, we're going to start placing pieces together. And I should mention also that this puzzle is actually quite difficult to scramble. So I would almost say that solving it is easier than scrambling it, because when you start scrambling it, you have to figure out how to position it to actually get a good scramble. And in this case, as you could see, I do have a pretty good scramble. Okay, so let's begin. So the first thing we want to do is try to position pieces as we can. And let's see what we could do. So the first thing I would like to do is split up these two big pieces right here, because these orange pieces right here are going to have to connect to these red pieces. But they have to connect to the inner slot right here. And right now they're bandaged together, so I have to separate them. So let's figure out how we could do that. So if I turn them in like this, that's not going to help us because they're still bandaged. So let's see what happens if we turn it like this, for instance, on a different. Turn it like this, and yes, you see I turned it in like this, and now I could split. I should be able. Let me just double check. No, my mistake. I still can't do it. Okay, so let's see what other option we have. Okay, what if I turn it like this? Still no. What if I turn it? Okay, so for now I can't split those just quite yet. So let me see if I could set things up maybe in a way on this side. So I turn this out of the way, and if I put those in like this, yes. So now I have this line right here, and I could split the two big ones, as you could see, like this. So in doing so, let me see if by splitting them I could automatically position this piece to meet up with it. And no, not quite yet. Okay, so first let's just split them. Okay. Now let's see if I could position one of the orange pieces to meet up with it. If I position it like this. Yeah, I think, see if it's oriented properly. Okay, no, so it doesn't meet up with it like this. What about if I position this one? Now this one I think should probably match up with it. Yes, okay, so I've got matched up. And okay, so I turn this matched up set out of the way. And let's see what else. Now I could connect yellow green, or maybe this entire section, to this here. So let's see. If I set it up like this, I could see it will connect. What's going to happen to the other side though? Yes, so it fixed the entire side, and coincidentally it fixed this entire side. So you could see, you could kind of get like an accidental solve almost. And in this case it fully solved. So let me show you the situations that you could get where you would need algorithms, which I did not get those situations. So one situation is where you have the top portion on the bottom and the bottom on the top. And the way you fix that, so let me create it for you now, is hold it like this. You do 2R, 2U, 2D, and 2R. And now as you could see, we basically have the top on the bottom and the bottom on top, and there's no way we could solve it right now in correlation with the middle layer when it's positioned like this. So to fix this kind of situation, we simply line it up in the position where it splits. Okay, and do 2R, 2U, just make sure I positioned it right, like this, 2D, 2R, and we solve it. Another situation you can have is where the middle layer, half of it is flipped. And the way you fix that is as follows. So position it in a way where we could make a full turn. Okay, and the algorithm for this is it's going to basically flip the center 180 degrees. Okay, so we do 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R. Okay, now you could see we have most of the puzzle is solved basically. When you have this slit in the middle that is flipped, this belongs here and those small pieces belong on this side. And so once you get this situation, you fix it the same way I just showed to do it. So you align it where you could split it, and from this position, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, and realign it, and it's solved. And yeah, that's pretty much how you solve the Rainbow Nautilus. Fun puzzle, especially for beginners. And since you could solve it fairly easily, you may need these two algorithms sometimes. A very good quality in my opinion. And yes, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.